My name is Sami, I'm a Wushu athlete, and this is my last dance. The last dance, my last competition, my last year of competing Wushu at this level will be this year. But before that, I'm gonna take you exactly about 19 years back in time to my first European Wushu Championships in 2006. My first European Championships was in 2006 in Italy, and I've started with Wushu in 2003 actually. Well, I did before some Wing Chun about 6 years, and then I discovered what we are describing now as Wushu, so the routines, the Taolu routines. And so 3 years later, I attended my first European Championships, which was in Italy. And here you can see the flyer of this event. Actually, it's supposed to be, well, it was in Italy, and I thought it's gonna be in Venice. So I'm gonna see the, the boats and Venice as we know it from, I don't know, the Italian Job or as we know it from the books. In fact, we went there by train to Venice, and then we took a bus. We were picked up and we drove to a village that was like, I don't know, if I remember correctly, 2-3 hours away from Venice. So actually we were in a forest. Yay. And this was the map of the campus, let's say, or of that area. Here we can see the flyer again. So it was organized by the Italian Wushu Federation. Now, what you have to know back then, so until 2005 or 2004, if I remember correctly, in European and World Championships, athletes did still the compulsory routines. And then starting from 2005, the optional routines came up. So when we arrived there, you can see the Swiss team in the registration desk. We had no idea about what are non-dos, the codes, how to register them. We the Taolu people, we had optional routines, so we knew like, okay, we can do our routine as we want. We didn't know about any compulsory moves, we just thought, okay, we're gonna go there, we're gonna compete. No plan how the scoring will happen. So when we arrived there, we got actually surprised by the fact that we need to register the jumps. And, you have to imagine we had no clue about any codes, about any how to we had to make the lines. We had to write like we start here, and then we had to draw a line, and then we had to say here we do one non-do, and then we had to draw another line. So the night before was a disaster, and I don't know where the mistake was, whether we didn't get the information or whether our federation did not understand it at that time. I have no plan, but I remember it was a big mess. And I'm not sure if it was just for us or for any other teams. Now here you can see the Swiss team. Actually, looking now at the picture, we look like, Squid Game. There's just the masks missing. Yeah, it looks funny. So here are some pictures from the area that you can see, the competition area actually. Here you can see me. I don't look much different actually, right? So here with someone from Poland. Yes, that's me. And yeah, just some impressions from the area. We will see a few athletes after that you maybe still know. Yes, so here we are, I think, queuing for the, I'm not sure, opening ceremony or dinner. I don't remember, 19 years ago. Hello. But what we can see here is España. Hola, España. Some Spanish people here. And then here we can see the Chinese team that came there for a performance. And not sure you recognize the faces, but I recognize two faces. So here we have Lin Fan, if I'm not wrong, and here Nanchuan guy called Cheng Lei Shu, something like this. Don't judge my Chinese. Here you can see, I guess this is a team meeting of the Swiss team here with our president Zeno. Ciao. I was so impressed that I have all these pictures. I need to speak in German. Ey, wirklich, ich bin erstaunt, dass ich all die Bilder habe. Und es sind wirklich Erinnerungen aufgekommen, keine Tränen, aber lustige Erinnerungen von der Zeit. So at that time we received the jackets. They were like from a brand called Switcher, and we had only on the back we had only something pressed on it, like something printed on it, swisswushu.ch, and then I think Switzerland or Wushu, but we didn't have any badge, anything in the front. So The federation, I don't know why, maybe, delay of material that came before we went, or anyway. So we got these badges of our federation logo, and then we tried to, they were like kind of glue on it, so we tried to put some fire on it so they stick on it, and then we had to do this before the opening ceremony. And you can see only 2 people on their phones here. I think this is Rebecca, by the way. I'm not sure she's on the phone. I think she has a camera. Only one person is on the phone. This is Zhu Shafan. He was the national team teacher at that time. And look at his phone, just to show you, like, it was 2006. Yes. In Switzerland, this, how do you call it in English? Glocke, a bell? I'm not sure. This Glock is famous, cows have them, and it was our signature sound when someone was competing, whether it was in Sanda or in Taulu, until someone, I think actually it was Gleb, the president of the Russian Wushu Federation, and at that time he was the European Wushu Federation, not sure he was the president, I think he was in the executive board or something like this. He came up and said, hey, stop it, because it was really, really loud and really annoying. I can say that. It was annoying as well for me at that time, but our team just wanted to show that we are here. So when someone was competing, they were sitting in the audience, and then gling, 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 super loud. Everybody turned crazy, So 2006. Here we have some people from Sweden. I don't know any of them right now. Here you can see how we did that beautifully. Here we have now the whole Swiss team. You may not know many of them. Vielleicht hier von der Schweiz, vielleicht kennen das paar. Here we have Philipp Binder, Urs Nussbaumer, Rebecca Röli, Zeno, Oli, myself, Urs, the Bligi, the Schafan, the Ursli, the Joel, forgot his name, Yemsai, and Kai. And then here we have these 3 actually, Urs, Zeno, and myself. We were all 3, I'm still, but all 3 were presidents. I'm not sure who was like first, maybe one time was Urs, one period or a few periods, and then Zeno, and then Urs again, and then myself. So, and Oli is now the national team coach in Switzerland, together with Röli, and he's the general secretary now. And all others disappeared somehow from Wushu. They are still somewhere active, like Becca, she does now CrossFit, functional training. And then we have Yemzai, he's still here when I need him for a Wushu performance, but let's say not really active in teaching or coaching, but he helps here and there. And Joel, he's working as a judge in our federation. All the others are, let's say, gone from Wushu as far as I know. Here we have Turkey. For one time, not the same uniform as we have. By the way, nice cup. Look at it. Shanghai. It's the only thing I bought from Starbucks. I usually never buy anything from Starbucks. Anyway, okay, Turkey here. And then, this was the opening ceremony, I think. So outside they made some, I think this is fire or light, I'm not sure, I think fire. And then we had here all the countries lining up. Performance by the Chinese Wushu team. So just by the quality of the pictures, you can see that it was really old. Didn't manage to do better pictures with my camera. I don't know why I made the picture of this, but I think you can imagine why. So, here I am. Don't judge my hairstyle. By the way, you will see a picture afterwards. I mean, don't judge my hairstyle now. I even have some gray hairs here. That's why it will be my last dance. But here, I don't know why. I think I don't know. I think I just wanted to be Son Goku. I don't know. This was an Anchuan athlete from the Netherlands. Forgot his name. I remember, was a very nice guy. So here we have the start list. Now you may recognize some names that are still active or let's say very well known. Like the first one, Michele Giordano, great Italian Nanchuan athlete. Then we have Kim Gibson from Norway, who was working as well a long time as a coach after being an athlete. And then we have here Chase. I never met him personally, but as far as I know, he's now doing some stunt work in different movies. The other names I don't really know. Alexei Natsinkin, Nanchan athlete from Russia. Then we have Niila Hasko from Finland. A big, let's say, role model, someone I looked up to. At that time, really great athlete, great power. And then I think the name of the guy from the Netherlands was Ho Yin Chung, but I'm not sure. And then myself. Then we have here James Peters, I think from the Netherlands as well. Mironas, he is from Greece. After that, he was still doing some work as a judge. And then we have here Chunfun Lee from Germany and Stanislav Galkin from Russia as well, together with Alexei. So this was the start list of Nanchuan, as I can see at the top. Yeah, none of them is still an active athlete, as far as I know, except me, but only this year. Michele Giordano was, I think, if I check the names on this list, he was, me and him, we were the one that were still active till a few years ago. Not sure if Michele, if you're still active or not. So yeah, here's some information about the competition list. This was my start number, 205. So we had to put that on the back, which was very annoying. Because, you know, when you do some movements on the floor, or you do a non-do, especially non-chuan, where you land on the side, yeah, it was very annoying. I'm happy that we don't need to do that anymore. Or I hope no one gets the idea to do this again. Yeah, here we see the Swiss team stretching, preparing. Now here, if I zoom in, we see some, at least here I recognize Antti and Niila from Finland. I have to say this. Really, really great guys, great fun guys. I don't know, like wherever they were on any competition, doesn't matter. It was always fun. It was always entertaining, and still they were like great athletes, you know, not just like making fun, but really friendly, funny guys. I have to say, I really miss them. And here we got two athletes from France. This one is Zares Zares, I think. Yeah, is his name. He won actually the Changchun event in this competition, or Daoshu. And the one next to him, I forgot his name as well. Maybe Terence, maybe Zeru Fares. Yes, is the one here. And this one is another great athlete from France. Then here in this picture, we see two athletes from Spain. I think this is Raúl Esteves and the best in Europe at that time, especially in spear and spear and sword. A great person, great coach. I've met him many times, and yeah, really. Top athletes of Europe at that time. And in the back, I think his name is Adan. I'm not sure. Yeah, Yems Aikeo, I guess this was just before he was competing. And here you can see some athletes, Nangun, in the warming up. I'm not sure why I wasn't warming up. No, actually, I only competed in Nanchun and Nandao, right. At that time, I did not have any optional Nangun routine, so I competed only in Nanchun and Nandao. Here we can see Niila Hasko, so him and Antti. Antti was the Changchun guy from Finland, and he's the Nanchun guy. Great power, great stamina, great jumps, great technique. Young Daria Tarasova. And here in the back we see an athlete from Netherlands, him and his brother, Fei Bauyao, I think is his name. Some shots here from Daria, here from Antti. Catched him in going into Pubu or standing from the Pubu. He was very good connected with some athletes from Switzerland, as they know each other from their coaches. Here another athlete, one of our Swiss athlete being coached by the national team coach before the fight. Yemzai here in the picture. Yeah, Shafan, our coach, I guess showing Rebecca when she has to compete. This is Urs Lee with our Swiss t-shirt. Yeah, here we are waiting for the food, and you can see the queue. I mean, it's actually it's a little bit. We had this issue since 2006, and I think in every competition where we go, every European competition, we have this queue. But I have to say, it got better, especially in Sweden last time. It got much better, but usually, the people queue and have to wait. And what I remember is that the food was really, really not good. And actually, we had two people from Switzerland who drove with the car to the competition place and brought us some food because we could not eat the food. Now, I don't really remember what they brought us, but I remember they brought us even like these cup noodles, like where you just put hot water and eat them. So they were better than the food then. So yes, food has always been an issue. Here we see Fares, Zeru Fares being in the warm-up. He had, at that time, as I said, it was the first year in Europe, as far as I know, with the Nandus, and he had crazy jumps. I don't know what he had in his legs. Maybe Wushu performance can help. No, really crazy jumps. Now, there were some people saying his routine is only with jumps. I remember there was like some, discussions, no movements, only crazy acrobatics. But it was still very impressive to me. And at that time, I mean, let's be honest, everybody switched to doing almost only jumps or a lot of jumps because it was the trend, let's say, or yeah, there was no deduction in the rules. And by time it got a little bit better. So yes, here we see him again with the Dao. This is the Daoshu start list. Here we have two athletes, I think the one in yellow and the one in blue, they are from Ukraine. And then here we have Yemsai from Switzerland. Here we have Netherlands. Then we have Antti here from Finland. Then we have here French athlete. Then we have here Semyon Udelov, I think, from Russia in his tiger uniform, very, very unique. And yes. Yes, here we have, in the back, we have Michele Giordano here, and I think this is Sonia, at that time from Romania, already working as a judge, or at least having, I think she was working as a judge, not sure. The one on the right is Wu Yongmei. She was national team coach of Switzerland at that time. And I don't know her name, but as far as I remember, she was the national team coach from France. I think she is the, if I say snake woman, is it wrong? But I think she was doing a crazy snake form in performances. So yeah, don't know. I don't know why I took that picture, but I'm happy I have it. I think this was after my performance. I got 6 text messages, not WhatsApp, not TikTok message, I don't know, Snapchat, SMS, or text message, right? I got 6 text messages, and you can see the phone style at that time. So yeah, it was 2006. No YouTube, no Facebook, no Instagram. Yeah, I'll get to that a little bit later. Here we have Yemsai Keo with Xu Hui from Italy. At that time, not at that time, I think in all her competitions in European and World Championships, she was the best. In Changchun, Daogun, and now she's working in different movies, in Marvel movies as well, which I would love to do as well. We have Oli with another jacket. This jacket was, let's say, the generation before me. Before, when I say me, I mean like with the Yemsai Keo and myself, before we started entering the national team. The previous generation had this jacket. In Switzerland, it was like, Oli, Sandro Amrain, Nanchuen, Leslie, and Ursli. And I remember, at that time, I'm young and new in all this. And I really wanted this jacket as well. I wanted to be part of it. But they didn't produce it again. We got the other ones, the red one. And I was a little bit, not sad, but I was like, oh, shit, I missed that. Yeah, young freak. And here, I think this is not an athlete, but it was a performance, I think, still from a Chinese team, but I'm not very sure. But just to show you like where we got with the uniforms, don't judge my uniforms. Okay, so we had here a little bit of wushy on the side. Anyway, yeah. Here we have non-Chuan athlete from Russia, I think Tatiana Ivshina, I'm not sure. This is, if I'm not mistaken, Raul Esteves. You can see like everybody's looking at him. Everybody's looking at him. Videos, cameras, everybody's checking him out. Yeah, great athlete, really great performance. Here we have someone from Italy. I think he's now teaching in Argentina. Luciano. I'm not very sure. Just remember, really nice guy and a really good guy as well. This is I know his name. Radik Tsaripov, I think. Damn, why I know these names? Great athlete as well. He has done crazy performances from my point of view, and also has done some traditional, as I have seen in the past few years, still being active in Wushu somehow. And awarding ceremony here with two Italian athletes on the podium, and from Netherlands, as far as I remember, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, here we have, this must have been Changchuan, because Raul was doing Jen and Chiang, and Fares was not doing Jen and Chiang, so that's why my conclusion is must have been Changchuan. Here France on the first place, Spain on the second, and Russia on the third place. And in the back, here we can see non-Chuan athletes lining up for the award ceremony, which we can see here. Damn, I took really a lot of pictures. Russia being on the first place, Ukraine on the second place, and then here Stanislav Galkin and Nila Hasko sharing the third place. I have to say, I really look up to all these athletes. You know, at that time, my first European Championship, and I was like flashed by them. You know, the performance they had, the power, everything. Of course, they did all the Guiding routines, you know, the compulsory routines years ago already. So it's obvious that they, you know, have what I never had. Here with other athletes joining and more athletes, I think here Bulgaria, here we have Italy joining us. Here we have Michele with us. He was the coach from Finland, so from Nila and Antti, if I got that right. And yeah. And here, who are they? Oli oder? Wait, who's here? Zeno still. Zeno, du bist immer noch in der gleichen Position, so, das ist noch witzig. Amigs steht noch ein bisschen hinten, aber ja. I think this is Oli. Yes, against someone from Russia. I don't know who. Yes, this is Oliver Hassler. Yes, right. Now here, the ranking list. I think this is from non-Chuan. You can see here I ranked 9th place, right behind Michele, with an A score of 4.8, B score 2.6, and C score of 0.85. Finished with 8.25. Yeah. I think I have a video somewhere, and so I took a picture of my score. I took a picture of the first place, you know, so I can compare, go home and train very hard and try to, you know, be somewhere at that place. Here we have Nila Hasko with 4.8, 2.7, and C score. I did not take a picture. Yeah, Swiss team went for dinner. Hey, Röli, I'm sorry. I have to show this picture. And I need to switch to German right now. Hey, Röli und alle, die Röli kennen, schaut euch das Bild an. Ja, so hat er ausgesehen im 2006. Yep. Da hat sich was da. Yeah, I changed again from Zonkoku to Emo. Actually, I don't know. Actually, I had a lot much hair. But yeah, anyway. Yes, really, pizza. I think the tournament was over here and everybody was having real food, let's say. Here we can see more. We can see Fares from France. I forgot his name, but from Poland. I remember them. We have here Antti. We have 2 athletes from Ukraine and 1 Spanish athlete here. Yeah, as I said, the sound of the bell of the ring was crazy, and yeah, Swiss athletes, you know, between competing and training, always learning for the university. That's the case. Some impressions here from the competition at that time. Yeah, me taking a picture with a French athlete. I was very happy, and again trying to be Son Goku. I don't know why, and yeah. I think he was very happy to take a picture with me. I don't know, or maybe just tired. Here we have the whole Swiss team. 2006. Whoa. Yeah, this is me, 2006. Photographer wanted to make a picture at the competition. I think this was after like the last evening. I think he thought, wow, I've seen Son Goku. I want to take a picture. Yeah, so that was me. Some pictures from the podium of the Sanda athletes. Top sheets. Here we have Oliver on the third place, sharing together with France. And Bligi on the third place as well here in another event, Germany being on the first place. This is a picture with us three. This is myself, not being Super Saiyajin. And then we have Angelica from Italy. I'm not sure in 2006 if she was still competing or not, but she was or is a great Nanshan athlete, and now very active on Instagram with working together with school in China and offering training trips to China and promoting the sport. Still very active and very cool. And here we have the guy from France, Fares Zerou, who did Changchun and won. And as I learned from my coach, who was competing with Fares in previous championships, he was doing Nanchuan before, actually. Yeah, funny. Picture with Tatiana Ivshina. Picture with the two, with Semyon Udelov and Stanislav Galkin. Yeah, this is me. I think this was the morning after the last night. I think I was tired, and the team thought we make some fun of him while he's sleeping. And then we traveled back actually one night before, or one day before it actually before planned. We finished all the competitions, and we had, I think, one more day of competition, or it was the last day of competition, but we originally should have left the next morning, but then our team leaders decided that we're gonna take the train earlier, which means like we missed the party. And you have to understand, as for me being there, the first European Championships, and getting to know all these great athletes that I couldn't see because there was no YouTube, there was nothing, so I only could meet them at the competition, right? There was no Instagram where I can say, hey, I'm a big fan, can you send me a signature or whatever, So it was like the opportunity to stay at the party, meet them, ask them how are they training, just being a freak who wanted to get better and ask all the superstars. And our team leaders decided that we're gonna take the train earlier, and I was not pissed, but no, I was pissed. One could say I was a little bit pissed or sad that we left earlier. I think Rebecca as well. In her case, it was she wanted to go to the party and bachata, salsa, merengue. But in my case, it was really like I wanted to get to know the athletes and being a little not a stalker, but being a little of pain in the ass, like asking them how they train and how they do things, and then they decided that we're gonna leave earlier, so we left at the day while we were here in Venice, waiting for the train. I guess everyone else was at the party, and here we could see a little bit what I thought I'm gonna see of Venice before we took the train. So this was it, 2006 European Championships, my first competition, my first European competition, and it was bad in many ways, because as I said, we arrived there, we had no clue. I wasn't prepared for anything. I didn't know how to train. I didn't know what are the rules. But seeing all the other athletes was a super motivation booster, and it has taught me as well that I need to get the information myself. I need to, not blaming our federation at that time, not blaming the organization, not blaming someone who should have done his job, but it is my job as an athlete to get all the information that I need in order to perform my best. And if I look at today's generation, in my school, my athletes, national team, even in Switzerland, I don't know how it is about you guys, but they like to be served. Like, you want to give them the rules and everything here, on the table, and give them everything. And I understand at some point that that's just the time that where we live, or that I'm getting old, or we are getting older. On the other hand side, I think informing yourself, I think it is two things. Getting the information by myself makes sure I understand everything, gives me confidence that I know everything, gives me the confidence that I'm ready. And on the other hand side, I see it as a coach now. I see it as my one of my jobs, one of my purpose, one of my goals, to educate the athletes to get the information by themselves. That doesn't mean I should leave them in the dark. That doesn't mean that I don't help them, but it cannot be that they do a sport, or that they are in the national team, or that they want to get better without being interested in the details. Because training is one thing. Yeah, you go there, you train, or you train by yourself, or you have a coach who teaches you. But I think there is some part that you need to do on yourself and show your interest. And this goes by opening the PDF and reading the rules, and reading about, hey, what deductions do I get actually? What doesn't mean when a leg is not bent? When do I get a deduction when I do a bad landing? Like, what doesn't mean a bad landing? And getting all this information made me at least a little bit more safe and secure. And I was confident that, okay, I don't need to rely on anyone else, and it gives me security. And as I said, I see it as one of my jobs as well to do that. But not only to let them learn the things by themselves, but also to provide them the information that I never got, or I was never able to receive, because no one was not interested, but no one was close to the rules, or to the documents, or to the organization as I am right now, because I cover like both worlds. But still, I think educating the next generation is a must. So I hope you had fun watching 40 minutes of year 2006 European Championships. Maybe you were part of this event as well, or maybe you have some memories about that. Let them know in the comments below, and subscribe today. The next one will be 2007, where I went for the second time to China to train for 6 months, almost 6 months, with the Shanghai Wushu team. And I will show you some pictures from there as well, and some videos that I still have. And hope you had fun watching, and see you next time with the next video of The Last Dance. Bye.